Hello, friend. Welcome back to Woman Unboxed Conversations with Friends. If you didn't listen to part one, go back and listen. I tell you, it sets the pace. So, in part one, Fungai told us about her marriage across cultures, her creative endeavors, her art, and now in part two, she takes us somewhere much deeper. Let's dive right in.
Um, right. Right now, my husband and I are no longer together. Um,
Okay.
I I think I just take life one day at a time. Um, it's uh, it's a journey of rediscovering myself. Um,
Mm.
because you sent me a few questions. um, I had a good chuckle with my to myself, and I said, "Hey, when I got married, when I got married to
Yeah.
my husband, I was 27. I am now 50.
Okay.
I've only I spent more than half my life with him. I am
Yeah.
not the same girl I was when I was 27, and I'm
Definitely not.
certainly not the same girl I was when we were together. Um, and
Mm.
this is a fairly recent thing. I'm only just beginning I'm still in the process actually of discovering who I am outside this
Oh.
relationship. The reason why I was chuckling to myself was like, how do I even begin to answer these questions? I don't know the answers. It's
Oh.
going to take time. It's going to take
Yeah.
it's going to take time because I learn something new about myself every 5 minutes.
Okay. Oh, that is beautiful because that's one of the things that Woman Unboxed podcast is all about. We're all about getting to know ourselves, self-discovery, and I love how you say that you learn something new about yourself every 5 minutes. That's beautiful. So are you doing anything intentionally to get to discover yourself, or are you just going with the flow, letting Fungai reveal herself to you?
Well, I'm reading the Bible a lot. I'm journaling a lot.
Okay.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to discover what God says about me. And my
Yeah.
conversations with God was like, God, but you say this, but I feel this way, Uh,
Okay. Oh.
uh, a lot of how I have that communication with God is sometimes when the things are heavy and so deep, I pick up a pen and my journal and I have those responses to God and the things I need to say to him. Uh, Sometimes they're not very nice, hey?
Yeah, I mean,
uh,
honesty.
yeah, sometimes I actually go off at God and say, you say this, but you know, uh, of what's happened with, especially at point XYZ when XYZ happened, and you say XYZ, and now I'm confused. What do you mean? And then I put it aside,
Mm,
and then I pick up my Bible one more time and I keep reading as if that conversation's over. And then the next time I pick up my journal, I may have a few answers to those questions. And sometimes maybe a deeper layer of that question comes up as well. So I think that's the way I'm discovering myself. There's a lot of introspection that's happening. Um,
mm-hmm.
I'm not socializing these days. Um, it's just me and God these days. We just sit quietly together. You, one of the privileged few, you,
Oh,
and
I am honored.
and your cousin and John Matinde.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Oh.
my mom understands of going through this process, but so she's left me alone for a while, and my brother too. They're supportive,
Mhm.
but they're giving me the space to do what I need to do. I've
Okay.
long since learned that going to some psychologists and to discuss personal issues. Um, I they don't know me well enough to give me the kind of advice that I'm seeking.
Okay,
Advice is a
that's an
very
interesting statement.
advice is a very tricky thing to give, and um, what I'm going through is not in a textbook; it's life. And
Mm-hmm.
I picked this up particularly when my husband and I went for marital counselling. We swore never to go
Yeah.
back because they made things worse. They believe,
Mm.
you see, there's so many difficulties in counseling mixed race couples. It's very
Oh
difficult
yeah.
because our
Mm-hmm.
cultures are different. And what happens when one of them is not adhering to the culture? Like they'll say in African culture XYZ, yeah, but I don't do everything in my culture. And they don't bother to ask
Mm-hmm.
me what it is that I do or don't do. And yet they're dispensing advice to my husband. And that caused a lot of misunderstanding and ill feeling. So,
Yeah.
yeah, after that experience, I felt like, look, psychologists, they don't have all the answers. I'd rather go to God.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know if therapy is for everybody. Oh, did I tell you I'm a student psychologist?
Oh, yes, I did. You did. I remember that. I
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I'm
So
training to be a psychotherapist.
I hope my criticism of people in the profession that you choose to enter. What's
No,
wrong with
actually,
you?
I it's actually very valuable feedback and insight because it speaks of um so there are a lot of different modalities that are used. There are a lot of schools of thought in psychology. So it could be that this particular therapist you went to is maybe using archaic theories because
No,
there's like what we
let
call
me go delve deeper into it so you understand. It wasn't just one, it
yeah.
was several. Um,
Uh-huh.
Unfortunately, they all fit the same description. I was early 30s, just
Mm-hmm.
giving birth. Let's say uh, was 28. I was 29 when I got pregnant. So at 30, I gave birth to my daughter, and then I had postnatal depression. And we went for counseling between 30 and 33. And you get
Okay.
you get a white female who's in approaching menopause, who's the same age, who's the same age as your husband. Look
Ah.
at this young black girl, and she's got her own idea of race and everything. And the
Mm.
cliche black girl, young black girl, older white
White
male.
man.
Yeah.
Right.
And the misconceptions, how did they end up together? So
All
there's
right.
this kind of
So
animosity and everything. So unfortunately, I bore the brunt
mm,
of that. And they would tell my husband certain things, and
mm,
yeah, and tell me certain things, and it would cause problems. Yes, because
ah.
I would feel that I'll take it in good faith, but they were
Mm-hmm.
destroying, not building.
Oh, shame. Also, I take it that your experiences of therapy were like about 20 years ago or so.
Uh,
Have you tried, did you ever try therapy after that in like in more recent years?
I know. I think when he caught on to how it was not how it had made things exceptionally worse, that he
Yeah.
was no longer interested. Um,
Okay.
Yeah, at some points, when you take a step back and you see how that advice really derailed you as a couple, because of people with their own malicious intent, it
Mm,
you less trusting and less willing to go and for help. Um,
yeah, that's
and there's
true.
sufficiently destroyed the relationship that it's hard to fix, or almost impossible, or actually impossible, because they tell you to behave in a certain way, and you've been behaving in that certain way for a very long time, that you forget how it was when you were not behaving that way, and uh,
Mm.
yeah, you don't know each other anymore.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame that therapy failed to come through for you. But I always say there are other ways, like it's not always therapy that's going to get you through. Like you yourself, you have your journaling, you have your artistic expressions, and I feel like you're somebody, even though you were saying to me that you don't really know yourself, but I feel like you know yourself better than you think. Because like right now, you're so well attuned to what you need that you recognize your need to be alone at this time. I feel like you're in a cocoon. Like when a caterpillar is changing into a butterfly, it cocoons itself and nobody can see it. It goes into the dark and it goes through these processes where it just needs to be alone. I feel like that's what's happening with you, and you've been able to understand that that's what you need right now. And I think it's such a beautiful thing that you have a family who understands you well enough, who love you enough to give you the space that you need. And that is such a beautiful thing. It's not everybody who has this.
No,
And
I love my family so much for that. And
yeah.
it's a rare thing to have people around you who understand you like that as well. I have a lot of,
Mm-hmm.
I have many friends who also recognize that I need this time. Yes, they miss me,
Yeah.
but uh, it's best that I go through this alone, and I
Yeah.
need the time to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's really healthy. So have you found that has your creative work, your painting, your poems, your sculpture, has it changed in what it's saying or how often it's coming out through the season that you're in?
Yes, it has. Uh, there was a time when I was in a very dark place, and it was halfway through my marriage, and it continued until we parted. We parted ways. Would you like to see? And then I explain to you.
Oh yeah, that would be beautiful. Yes.
Okay. Uh, this is when we started to have problems that were hard to ignore.
Okay.
It's called tranquility. It's
All right.
something I was searching very deeply for. Um, there was another one. Here's another one. This one. This one's called
Mm-hmm.
Rage. It's called Rage.
Rage. Okay. I
Uh,
think I can see the rage.
There's a third one that was bought. A
Oh, okay.
very high profile person bought it to put in their book.
Oh,
So, unfortunately, they were supposed to go through together. So they told a
ah.
story. Um,
What was the third one?
it was similar, but it was in dark colors.
What
Um,
did you call it?
how do I remember? That one's rage, that one's tranquility. So the other one, no, this one's symphony. It's tranquility that went. No,
Ah, okay.
no, it's symphony that went. This is tranquility. Tranquility
So
was
it was
dark blues, reds, whites, and yellow.
okay. So in what sequence did these come through? Was it rage, then tranquility, then symphony, or was there a different order?
It was Rage first, then Tranquility, then Symphony.
Okay. Wow, that's really interesting.
And,
Did you feel
and,
did you feel like
and the
sorry?
interesting thing is, when my daughter saw them,
Yeah.
the naughty little child said, "Mom, why are you drawing failures, sis?" um,
Oh
and
my
she was,
goodness.
and she was, and she was all of 16 years old, and I was like, "Well,
Oh my
how do you
gosh.
know what a failure looks like, dear child?"
I didn't feel like they look like okay, can I look again?
No, if you see them in life, in real life, you'll see it
Yeah.
is. There are several
Oh
failures,
my God. Now that you mention it, okay.
and
I
this one,
didn't see it
yes,
before, but now that
in,
you've mentioned
in
it,
in this one, it's very obvious, and it's several,
yeah. I
and
didn't see it before, but oh
this
my
one
God.
is
Now
kind of
I
worse.
can't unsee it.
This one is worse.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay. I would so like to psychoanalyze this, but I'm going to refrain.
But you see, and here the amazing thing, the amazing thing is it was all subconscious.
Ooh, oh my God. The psychologist in me is so activated. Okay. Okay. Down.
So it took my daughter and her flippant remarks for me to actually see what it was.
Oh my goodness. Do you know there's something called the dynamic unconscious, which is a theory that was coined by Freud. You know Freud, the father of psychoanalysis
Right.
analysis. Yeah. So
So
basically the theory says that
you
things
say
just come out.
every single woman
Sorry.
who comes into my living room and looks at the painting just bursts into giggles because they see it straight away. Men see
Gosh.
fairies and they see dragons, but they never see what the women see.
How come
So
I didn't see it?
one
Oh my
of those
gosh, there must be
things.
something that must say something
So
about me.
it's wired to estrogen. It's wired to estrogen. If it's a
Ah,
bisexual male or a homosexual male, he'll see it.
you'll see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah. Okay.
it's a
Wow.
nice way of finding out, is this man straight or not?
Wow. Oh, I love that. Oh my gosh. You should sell it. You should sell like prints of it as a gay test. Okay, I'm just joking.
And the women who are bisexual or lesbians, they can't see the failures.
Wow. Wow. That's amazing. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on from the failures. What's something about this chapter that surprised you about yourself or about what you are capable of carrying as a person?
Um, my father once said to me that I'll be very careful about art, uh,
Yeah.
because you bare your soul.
Mm.
At that stage, I hadn't been intimate with my husband close to a decade, and I did a painting, and it was full of failures. um,
Okay.
and if I told you I haven't seen many, and there are so many
Wow.
different, and they are there all different shapes and sizes. Uh, when my daughter said that to me, then I realized that yes, Dad was right.
Oh
Be
yeah,
very
yeah.
careful, you bare your soul. Yeah, and
Wow.
it's true. Then there's this
All
other
right.
one. I have this one.
Yeah.
Uh, this one.
Oh yeah, I think that's my favorite of all the ones that you've shown me. Can you
You
just tell
know,
us what that is, please?
it's called the Odd Couple, and you can see that
Right.
this is an eaglet, and this
Mm-hmm.
is fish eagle. Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I saw when I first looked at that painting?
Mm.
I saw a woman sitting on a tree branch facing away from us. I promise you, that is what I saw. Remember when you showed me that other day when you were showing me
Yeah,
your paintings? That is what I
yeah,
saw. And it's only now, that's why I asked you to please tell us what it is. It's only now that I realize it's actually a couple of birds.
yeah. It's the odd couple because I was commenting on my marriage and the things I had discovered. And as you see,
Mm.
he's turning away. She's like on guard. Look at the eyes there. And he's
Ah.
slowly turning away because I felt like
And
the way defending my husband, he was turning away from me because
yeah.
now he was beginning to feel like I was finding the relationship a problem. So that's how I chose
Mm.
to express it. This is a painting
Okay.
that belongs to my husband that haunted me. I don't know if you can
Okay.
see. It's
Yeah. Oh,
it's it's a woman in chains.
yeah. Okay. Huh. So
Yeah,
your that's your husband's.
yeah, it's my husband's. It was haunting. It was. I only just put it up again a few days ago. I think 2 or 3 days ago. I didn't want to
It
see it.
does look a bit eerie. Yeah.
I
It
I
it
I
does.
just
It's a bit creepy.
I found it very unsettling, and yeah,
Mm.
I just couldn't
Yeah.
get it. So it's only recently I put it back up.
Mm.
Then
Okay.
then there's this one. You can see it. Can you see it? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
The girl.
is it in
Yeah.
focus? Yeah, that's my daughter.
Okay. That's a beautiful painting.
Unfortunately,
And you
so this
chose to paint her back.
yeah, it's a sad story. It's about how I our relationship deteriorated until she was no longer um until I was no longer a part of her life.
Oh,
And
that's a shame.
yeah, so um yeah, so that was at a time when I realized something was going horribly wrong, and I painted that as a fear I had and hoping it would never be true. But
Oh.
unfortunately, that's how things turned out. Then there's
Oh, what a shame.
this one.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, beautiful.
ah, let me get it. There you go.
Yeah.
It's called uh,
Okay.
it's called We Came to Testify.
We came to testify. Okay, so is that like a church gathering?
No, no, no. Remember
Okay.
the Rwandan genocide?
Yeah. The Hutus and the Tutsis.
So, my daughter sent me a picture when I told her that I was entering an exhibition for women empowerment. And
Mm-hmm.
she sent me this picture of a woman testifying
Excuse me.
at The Hague about her
Oh.
experience with the genocide. If she saw the picture, she's got scars and yeah, and her back is her spine is shattered. Um,
Okay.
you can see that the scars are facing outward, towards us, the view,
Mm.
us looking at the painting, and she's facing the um, the audience, the delegates, and they see her as
Yeah.
a whole person, but what she carries inside her are all those scars. But for me, it
All
also
right.
looked at, for me, it had a personal meaning. When went through trying to keep the marriage together, and my personal meaning,
Mm.
and how I presented a picture to everyone that everything was fine. And um, that's their experience of me. They don't realize what's actually kept inside, and
Mm-hmm.
those wounds are what are coming out in my poetry.
Okay.
um, that began the process of me healing. And so this introspection started a long time ago. It started during the marriage, and that was the very last painting I did. I haven't done anything since. Um, I feel that I need to wait until gone through my process, as you say, coming out of the cocoon, whatever can
Mm-hmm.
be better. Um, the dark bits I'm saving for my poetry.
That's the best fuel.
I it's scary enough. What's coming out in the poetry? I don't want to make it worse by doing paintings as well.
Okay, you're afraid of bearing your soul to us.
No, it's not. You see, these things. The poetry was meant for private, for as a private pursuit. But then I realized that after having shared it with John Matinde, he said, "No, you know what, Fungai, um,
Mm.
would you consider doing some poetry for us?" And I said, "Yeah, I could do that with the poems." I had a cousin. I have a cousin who also does poetry. He's very deep, and we
Mm.
equally deep. And
Yeah,
most people in our family don't get us. I can say that.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Normal people don't get poets.
yeah. So he says, so he says, no, you should put it out there.
Oh,
After having spoken to John and Harold, I felt like, yeah, okay. Took a deep breath and
mm.
I said, let's do it. So out of
Yeah, way to go, girl.
so it came out with Masango expressions, and I felt to myself that, listen, you know what? I'm past caring how people are going to react to this. Someone somewhere is
Yes,
be helped by this share. So
absolutely.
uh,
Yeah.
it's as I go through my journey, they will also heal. Um, there's probably someone out there who's right in the thick of things and where my poetry begins. By the time it ends, they will have healed sufficiently to face the world.
Mm. Oh, that is just beautiful. And that's how it is for us women. Sometimes we heal better when we express ourselves. And sometimes there's just something in hearing somebody else talk about their experience or talk about their healing that helps you to heal, even though their story might be completely different from your own. But there's just something relatable in knowing that you're not the only person who's going through something. And I always say that when one woman speaks, another woman somewhere is going to resonate with what they're saying, and you never know whose life you're going to touch with your words. And I really think it's a beautiful thing that you're doing, sharing your poetry with the world. Please keep it up. Please don't stop writing, and please do more of your spoken word. And speaking of that, if you were to read one of your poems tonight, written for this chapter, what would it say? And would you read a piece of it for us? Do you have anything you would like to read for us, or how do you feel about that?
I don't have anything that I have written that that I could read um, because much of
Or
the work
you could
that
do
I
an impromptu piece for us. You're the
yeah I was
impromptu
about
queen.
to answer because um, much of the work I'm dealing with right now is just offloading, you know, the feelings that I acknowledge that yes, I was hurt, I felt this, I was in pain, you know. And as I heal
Hmm.
off a certain thing, I write a piece of poetry about it, just to
Yeah.
document past that stage. I've passed this,
Hmm.
and I carry on. Um, but since you want present day,
Sorry.
you want present day, let me give you present day.
Okay. Yeah.
She opens her dressing table drawer, picks a mocha lipstick, looks at it and grins. She picks a red one, rolls it up, looks at it, and rubs it against her wrist. Not quite right. She picks up a brown one. She rubs it on the other wrist. Too dark. She picks up a pink one, and as she rubs it on her wrist, and she thinks, hey, how about we do this? She picks the mocha, and she picks the brown, and she picks the pink. She draws a smudge on her free wrist, and she layers the lipsticks and smudges them. Perfect. She rushes to her dressing table, sits down, and layers the lipsticks. She grins. Yes, this is how I'll face the world. I'll make my own rules. Watch out, I'm coming. Step aside. Yep.
Ooh, that is beautiful. Are you sure that's impromptu? Are you sure you didn't write this before?
No, 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 it's a
This is
promptu.
just off the top of your head. Oh my gosh, you are awesome. That is just awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, thank you. All right. So before we close, what would you say to the version of yourself who said I do, knowing what you know now? What would you say to Fungai just before she goes to say I do to Mr. Willard?
Um, your mother-in-law is quite right.
Oh.
Not that she doesn't accept you. She has the best of intentions. Just arm yourself and know that you need to be strong. And when it's too much, let it go. Yeah.
Wise words. Those are really some wise words. Okay. So that was to Fungai. So what about what is something that you'd want another woman walking a similar road to hear? Any words of advice now that you've been through this? I know you're still in your cocoon, but have you got anything that you think might be helpful to another woman?
Um, just be kind to yourself and be your own best cheerleader. Much of the way we talk to ourselves shapes who we become. Uh,
Mm,
don't look for validation, and you are not a title. Being miss someone is not something to be disparaged. Don't envy
mm-hmm,
every missus because what they present is not always the true picture. And just because a marriage has longevity doesn't mean it's something to be envied. Because sometimes there's a untold weight of pain, an inconceivable hell. So you'll never envy others. Forge your own path and uh, be true to yourself. When things are not working, they're not working. You've got no one to impress. And
mm-hmm.
looking for validation or approval from others is not worth it. Be your own person and own your own choices.
All right. Thank you for the wise words. You are so full of wisdom. And thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. You're actually a very talented lady,
Thank you.
obviously very intelligent and beautiful, a beauty queen.
Oh,
So, we, sorry.
yeah, well, sometimes that's debatable. What's really important
Oh,
is what's in the heart, what's really in the heart,
exactly.
and your soul,
Yes.
and how you treat others.
Uh-huh.
That's true
Absolutely.
beauty, not the figure, not the face, not the voice. What's in there,
Yes.
the heart,
That's
and
beautiful.
how you treat
Yeah.
people. Yeah.
Mm. So where do you feel yourself becoming? What's next for Fungai, creatively or otherwise?
I think after Masango expressions, I didn't know I was capable of actually expressing myself that way and making that expression public. And
Mm-hmm.
I was not I was surprised that I was not so concerned on how it was going to be received. I'm just curious to know how is it being received. And
Oh.
regardless of how it's being received, I know it's helping people out there.
Mm-hmm.
I've done a bit of counseling myself in the past for people who are feeling suicidal. And a lot of that also happens during my shifts. I regularly get people who are feeling despondent and out of their depth. And
Mm.
fortunately, most of the time it's men. Um, we talk so often about women going through things, but men also go through things. And
True. True.
uh, most of the time, I always let them go to various people, and I use my discretion there as to who I will direct them to. Sometimes I will
Mm.
direct them to a man of the cloth, sometimes to a psychiatrist, sometimes to a psychologist. It just depends on how they present their experience to me. Um,
Okay.
yeah, I may go into psychology.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think you do really well there.
but I think I'll use a very different approach from,
Of
well,
course.
I'll definitely use a very different approach from what I have seen in my lifetime. Because
Mm-hmm.
when you get it wrong, you can get it horrifically wrong, and it can destroy. It can be very
Oh
destructive.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and it takes years and maybe even a lifetime to right those wrongs, if possible at all. Um, I think I definitely, well, I know for a fact I'll be creating.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll be learning how to incorporate the use of AI in the work that I do.
Okay.
That's a big wish for me. It's a
Mm-hmm.
goal for me. It's actually a goal for me.
All
Um,
right.
as I've shared with you, I did share my garden with you, don't I? Uh,
Yeah, you beautiful garden. Yeah. Yeah, you have a lovely garden.
as
Yeah.
I'd like to do a bit more of that. And my
Mm-hmm.
ambition is to actually get an orchid and get it to thrive. I understand
Oh.
the biggest challenge, even the best gardeners
Yeah.
have fails with orchids, and
Oh yeah. They're very delicate.
yeah, so that's my ambition. Um,
All right.
I I would like to get closer to God and also get um, to understand myself better. Um, and I know for a fact that when this process that I'm going through um, it gets full throttle, I understand it's not going to be something that starts at a certain date and there's no end date. It's going to be a process, and
Mm-hmm.
we learn and we grow. And um, I do understand that no man, woman, or child can be the begin all and end all of what you need. You need to um, you need to understand that no one person can make you happy, and happiness does not lie with other people. Happiness lies within. And happiness is the relationship that you have with yourself. You have a good
Mm-hmm.
relationship with yourself, then you will be happy.
Amen.
No one can make you happy. No one can make you unhappy.
Mm-hmm.
You're not happy.
It's on
You're
you.
If you're happy with yourself in the relationship you have with yourself, and someone is causing you stress or threatening your happiness, walk away. You owe it to yourself. And this is
Amen.
something that I have learned in this time that I've been introspecting. And someone did that in my life, and I was hurt and angry. But now I understand. I understand exactly why it happened, and I am in awe of that person. And I have learned a lot from that experience, having that person walk away. Because now I've
Mm.
learned that I should protect myself and um, my relationship with myself, just like they did. And it was a painful lesson to learn, but I'm glad I learned it because
Mm.
this has grown me in leaps and bounds, and this kind of growth can only come from something like that happening.
Oh, that is profound. And we're just grateful that you've learned so many lessons and now you're in a position to also inspire other women. Thank you so much for sharing your story. I know it was a brave thing to do as you're in this season of cocooning. You're not really um, opening yourself up to people. So I'm really honored and I'm very grateful. I'm so happy that we have clicked and we are now friends thanks to my cousin Janice. Thank you. So where can our listeners find you? Are you on social media? Where can they maybe find your art? Which radio station are you? Where can they find you or get in touch?
Okay, I am on ZBC Classic 263 Radio. Um,
Okay.
you will find us on the World Wide Web on
Mm-hmm.
www.classic263 at zbc.co.zw. That's online. You can tune
Yeah.
in online. Um, if you are in Zimbabwe, it's 92.8 FM, or is it 98.2? I can never really remember. So usually if either those, if one doesn't work, try the other.
Okay. They'll
Um,
find it. Yeah.
and that's if you're in Harare. I'm not sure what it's like in other cities, but you can try. You can try the World Wide Web. It's easier to get it us there. You
All
can
right.
also find us on socials as well as Classic 263 um, on all socials. So that's the radio bit of me.
Mm-hmm.
You can find me uh, on my Facebook, Fungai Masango the Finest on Facebook. That's my Facebook page. The other Facebook page is Fungai, just Fungai,
Mm-hmm.
Fungai. You can find me on LinkedIn under Fungai Fungai Willard. It actually says Fungai Willard Nima Sango. You can find me on Instagram on masango.f. Yeah, so that's everything.
All
Um,
right. So we'll
don't
share that
expect
in,
to
in the show
see
notes.
don't expect to see a lot on my socials because I'm an intensely private person. Um,
Okay.
yeah, that's I'm working on opening up. But you can see my artwork on my sango.f, just how it was in the beginning or in the art school. But the more profound stuff will come later. I'll make an effort to put that up. The poetry,
All right.
uh, the poetry, the early poetry, you'll find on Masango Expressions. This is something I started and abandoned many years ago on words. I think it's called WordPress or it's a
WordPress.
WordPress. Yeah,
Should be WordPress, yeah.
yeah, WordPress. A blog. It
Mm.
was a very dark day, a time in my life, so I abandoned it very quickly. Um, the problem was I was trying to be positively happy in a situation where I was now very unhappy. So it didn't work. So I left it. Um,
Mm.
but after my metamorphosis, the WordPress thing, I will go back to it and upload all the stuff that that I've written and am writing as as I more metamorphosize.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be beautiful once you've got everything up, because then we can trace your journey from where you've come from to where you are now. So we're really looking forward to that. And please share your links so that I can put them in the show notes and everyone can find you and be blessed by your beautiful work. Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much, Fungai. All the best. Wish you all the best in all your future endeavors. Please keep shining, keep writing, keep painting, keep sculpting. The world needs your magic. And
I'm absolutely I'm happy that I got to know you, and thank you so much to Shanice for introducing me to you, and to John Martin
yeah,
for introducing me to Shanice. So it's a whole chain.
yeah. Fungai, thank you so much for trusting us with this. I know it wasn't easy. You're in your season of cocooning, but this was a very brave and generous thing to do. Don't stop doing your art, keep doing your thing. And everyone, if you want to see more Fungai's poetry, her art, or listen to her as she DJs, everything is in the show notes. This is Woman Unboxed signing off. I see you. I love you. The cape comes off.